Hello and welcome to this West Metro JV clash between the host Hopkins Royals and the Chaska Hawks. Tonight's matchup should be a good matchup. In net for the Chaska Hawks, we have Nolan Winnings. And it appears we've got Max Weir in goal for the Hopkins Royals. As the Hawks approach the face-off, we've got Tobin set to take the face-off against Jack Monaghan. And here we go. Face-off won by the Hawks. Back to the point, Lucas Greer doesn't quite handle by Brink. Hopkins tries to bring the puck back in. Lucas Greer again through the middle. Isaac Anderson over to Brink. Brink across the middle, doesn't quite connect. Tormesgaard tries to connect with Brink, but Larson intercepts. Hoff. Puck is stolen. Brink comes in with a forecheck pressure. Tobin takes the puck. Takes a little bit deep. Mangan takes the puck behind that. Doesn't quite clear the zone. As Hoff brings the puck down, they got a 2-on-1. Nice play, doesn't quite get it there. Puck's wide open, and it looks like they scored. With the follow-up on a rebound, looks as if Hopkins, Larson puts the puck home. With 14:13 to go in the first period, the Royals take a 1-0 lead. Winnings with the initial save. Couldn't quite cap the rebound, and Larson there for the goal. Stepping into the face-off, Hopkins wins the face-off, tries to take it deep. Nice pressure by Willis to force it wide. Hopkins dumps it out front. Doesn't quite clear. As they turn around, shot just up and wide. Erickson tries to step out of the corner, doesn't quite make it. Pass in deep, and another shot and goal. Great setup play, goal by Rex Norton, the sophomore forward. With 13:47 to go in the first period, the Royals take a 2-0 lead on great forecheck pressure, causing turnovers. Allows them to get the rebound again and put the puck home.
Go Hawks!
Gieske steps in to take the face-off. Carson wins the face-off. Hopkins tries to enter the zone, doesn't quite make it. Highland takes a big check into the corner. Sumstead over to Young. Young up the boards, doesn't quite clear it. Does clear the zone. Gieske in pursuit. Nice forecheck pressure. He's got Highland across the middle, can't quite connect. As the puck comes out, Highland in front. Tries to put the puck on net. Got a save by Weir. Hopkins manages to clear the zone. Nice step up by Sumstead as catches the Royals in a line change. Sumstead with a nice direct shot on net. Nice save by Weir. Good play by Sumstead to recognize that the Royals were taking a line change. Managed to step right on up, get a nice shot on net. Weir there with a nice save. The Cosmaker steps in with a face-off. Face-off win by the Hawks. Sumstead back with a shot. Nice tip in front. Tormesgaard almost tips it in. Tips it just high and wide. Behind the net, Tobin picks up the puck behind the net. Looking. Nice shot up front. Tormesgaard with the goal. What a great setup. Brink took the puck in the corner. Nice pass out front. Tormesgaard puts the puck home. With 12:55 to go, the Hawks have added one. The score is now Royals 2, the Hawks 1. A lot of action here in the first period already. Tobin steps in for the face-off with Mangan. Mangan wins face-off. The Royals enter the zone. They're looking, dump it on net. It's back behind the net. Young picks it up over to Sumstead. Sumstead Collects the puck behind the net, looks to get it over to Brink. Brink takes a big check for his effort. Kept in by the Royals, nice pass over. Nice shot on net, just high and wide. Looks like the net's off his post, gonna cause a stoppage in play. The Royals have come out with some good offensive pressure on the Hawks right out of the gate. As Mangan steps in to take the face-off. Against Sorensen, the referee's still ensuring the net's back in its place. Sorensen with the face-off. Face-off win by Sorensen. Royals managed to keep it deep, back to Mangan behind the net. Tries to bring it out front, just clear. Shot on net, Winnings deflects it wide. Isaac Anderson over to the corner. Sumstead with a big check. Sorry, Cooper Swanson with a big check. Saved by Winnings. Royals take the opportunity to go ahead and get a fresh set of legs. Sorensen steps in for the face-off. Won by the Royals, back out to the point. Shot just tipped wide by Erickson into the corner. Anderson with some good pressure. Picks up the puck behind the net. Swanson with a nice hit. Manages to poke the puck free. Sorensen managed to get the puck out of the zone. Looks like it's going to be a 2-minute penalty. It's going to be roughing.
He's taking them both.
Looks like it's going to be coincidental minors on Chaska's Sorensen and then Hopkins Anderson. Both are going to go in for roughing penalties. Little extracurricular activities around the holiday season. Tobin steps in for the face-off, wins face-off, manages to dump it deeper. As he dumps it into the zone, Brink in pursuit. Nice forecheck pressure by Brink, gets it back to Lucas Greer. Lucas Greer keeps it in the zone. As Tobin looks, he's looking. Nice move by Tobin in front. Manages to come in, shoots it just high and wide, but Weir manages to knock the net off the post. It'll be a stoppage in play deep into the Royals zone. Carson steps in for the face-off against Tobin. Tobin with a nice face-off win, back to Greer. Greer dumps it back deep into the corner. Nice pass by Thorman's guard right up front. Nice play by Tobin. Good save by Weir. The Royals managed to clear the zone. Lucas Greer back in pursuit. Over to Isaac Anderson. Nice pass up to Thorman's guard. Tips it into the zone. Hopkins looks to exit. Couldn't quite get out. Nice play by Brink. Back check, keeping the puck in the net. Dumps it towards the net, just wide. As Brink works on the floorboards. Hopkins trying to get loose. Can't get loose with the puck. Nice shot by Brink. Nice blocker save by Weir. As it's dumped all the way down by the Royals, it'll be an icing call. As a reminder, there's a coincidental minors. Coincidental minors by Anderson and by Sorensen. Gieske steps in to take the face-off. Nice shot right off the face-off on net. Nice glove save. Jack Schwartz with the save. Nice, with the shot. And Weir with the save. Gieske steps into the face-off. Again, won by Gieske. Good forecheck pressure there. Hopkins looks to exit the zone. Checking from behind penalty. Yep. This penalty is going to go on Wacker for the Hawks. Referees consulting whether it's going to be a 2-minute, looks like a 2-minute cross-checking penalty. With 10:33 to go, the Royals are going to take their first power play. Mangan steps in to take the face off on Tobin. Tobin with the face-off win. Thormesgaard collects the puck, doesn't quite exit the zone. Nice play. Backhand tips it high and deep. Hopkins trying to build speed through the neutral zone. As they do, passes back. Thormesgaard steals the puck. It's a foot race down the side. Thormesgaard with the empty shot, high and wide. Weir's pretty big, blocked the lower side of the portion. Thormesgaard tried to go high, just went wide. Hopkins managed to take the puck in the zone, looking to pass it around. Doesn't quite connect. Larson over to Mangan. Mangan back to Larson. Larson looking for a shot. Can't quite get it off. There's Pals. Steps up, deflected into the corner. Nice play by Thormesgaard to deflect it deep into the corner. Again, intercepted by Brody Erickson. By Thormesgaard. Dumps it deep. Tobin provides some good forecheck pressure with 50 seconds to go in the Royals power play. Here's Larson. Right through the middle, nice pass. Doesn't quite connect with Mangan. Back behind the net, Mangan back there. Good defensive pressure there by Sumstead. Sumstead steps up, Brink knocks it deep out of the zone. Applies some good forecheck pressure. Skips over the stick of Erickson, Young in pursuit. Steps up, gets a good mugging, but no penalty. That was a nice hold, but doesn't go called. Hopkins trying to dump it deep. Sumstead back behind the net. Tries to clear, doesn't quite make it. Shot in front, doesn't make it again, dumped deep. The power play is now over for the Royals. Good forecheck pressure again into the corner. Brink with a nice move, steps in, takes a shot, Weir there for the save. Quick whistle, looks like the net's off the post. Nice save by Weir. With 8:22 to go in the first period, the Royals lead 2-1. Tobin steps in against Carson. Tobin wins the face-off, back to Brink. Brink with Sumstead, push toward the net, doesn't quite get through. As the Royals bring it up, they work the puck wide, shot high off the net, doesn't quite go in. Winning's there with the save off the rebound.
That was close.
It was close, right off the crossbar, doesn't quite connect. Nice shot there by DeCosmeeker. Doesn't quite capitalize. Carson steps in to take the face off. Tobin wins, pushes it back to Anderson. Anderson looks, cuts in front, pushes it out front in the net. Intercepted by Hopkins as they move the puck around. Looking to get a high percentage shot. They shoot it high and wide. Doesn't connect. Managed to keep it in the zone with a nice move. Takes it into the slot area. Shot toward the front. It's wide. Anderson picks it up. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on Hopkins. Looks like it's going to be a high stick. With 7:38 to go in the first period, number 23, Miles Carson, takes a 2-minute high-sticking penalty. This would be the Hawks' first power play opportunity. Tobin steps in for the face-off. Puck won by the Royals. The Royals push it wide. Tried to clear, doesn't quite make it. Greer steps up, puts a shot towards net. Nice deflection there by Pals. Isaac Anderson keeps the puck in the zone as they battle along the far boards. Pulled out, kept in by Brink. Tried to dump it deep. Greer there to intercept. Tobin looks for an opportunity, dumps it deep in. Dormsgaard's there for a forecheck pressure, takes control of the puck, dumps it right out front. Nobody there to capitalize. Brink turns around and scoots and scores! What a great play. Good forecheck pressure resulted in a turnover deep in the zone, and Brink's there with 6:56 to go in the first period to tie the game on a power play goal. Sorensen steps into the faceoff against Hansen with the equalizer coming with 6:56 to go in the first period. Eriksson picks the puck up, dumps it deep into the zone. The Royals up it right out front. Eriksson was there, didn't quite get the shot off. As the Royals try to gain a little bit of speed moving out of the zone. Eriksson's there. Nice play, chips it up. We got two players. You got Swanson and Sorensen with the shot, doesn't quite get it off on the one-timer. He had some good pressure there from the defensive partner for the Royals. As they look to clear through the zone, Swanson dumps it out front, doesn't quite connect. Here's Morelli, brings it down, gets a tip just wide. Hawks manage to maintain control as they dump it and clear the zone. That's Holman. There's Willis. Willis picks up the puck behind the net. Over to Cooper Swanson. The Hopkins player was in a change, doesn't quite connect. There's Gieske, takes it into the zone. Good follow-up pressure by Swanson. Takes it toward the net, dumps it towards the net. It's bouncing in front. Puck's loose. Looks like there's a penalty. This looks like it's going to be a cross-check penalty on the Chaska Hawks with 5:42 to go in the first period. This will give the Royals their second power play opportunity. Having gone 0 for 1 on the first one, this gives them their second opportunity to go ahead and create the go-ahead score. Looks like it's a 2-minute penalty on Levi Gieske for the Hawks for cross-checking. Tobin steps into the faceoff, wins the faceoff. Nice play back to Sumstead as he wraps it around the boards, trying to clear the zone. The Royals try to work the puck through the zone into the slot. Good Chaska pressure, can't quite clear the zone. The Hawks do manage to clear the zone. The Royals are going to have to back up, regroup. Good forecheck pressure by Brink. A little bit of a later call, but it was offsides. As Sneed tried to bring the puck into the zone. With 1:33 to go in the Royals' second power play. Mangan steps in against Tobin. Tobin wins the face-off. Young stepping along the boards, trying to chip it free, can't quite get it. Sumstead, pressure behind him. As Larson takes a big hit from Sumstead behind the net. Good pressure by Brink. Young manages to pick up the puck and dump it deep down on net. With 1:05 to go in the power play, the Royals look to regroup. Exit the zone with speed. Nice forecheck pressure by Sorensen. Knocks the puck loose. This is Larson bringing the puck into the zone. Works it Ray in front. Nobody there, and Winnings is there for the nice save. Nice offensive zone time for the Royals. With 4:30 to go in the first period and 48 seconds left in their power play. Royals pick up the face-off win as they work the puck around. Can't quite get it loose. Oh, just close. Dormsgaard gets it up, and it looks like the puck's tipped into the net. The initial shot by Winkler looks like it was tipped in. I believe.
Looked like it was a high stick.
Yeah, by Norton.
They might talk about that. That stick might have been above the crossbar.
Yep. There's a little consultation by the referees to determine whether that might have been a high stick, tipped in the zone or not. Doesn't look like it. It's going to be a Royals goal with 4:21 to go. A nice power play opportunity. The Royals take the lead. Thormesgard brings it in. Shot on net, and it's saved by Weir.
Number 37, August Winkler.
They officially give the goal to Winkler with the assist to Norton. The Royals managed to take the puck out of the zone, dump it deep. It was tipped by the Royals player as Greer in pursuit. Takes a little bit of the body. Royals looking to set up. Try to dump it toward the front of the net. Winnings is there for the save. Sorensen steps into the face-off with Hansen. Hansen with the win toward the net. Nice save by Winnings. Hansen and Sorensen step in for the face-off. Face-off win by Chaska. As they look to clear the zone, Swanson dumps it deep. Good forecheck pressure by Swanson, ties up two Royal defenders. Still comes out with the puck over to Erickson. Erickson looking to pass it in front. There's Swanson there, but Weir is there for the save. With 3:29 to go in the first period, the Royals lead 3-2. Giesky steps in to take the face-off. Face-off win by by Chaska. Dumps it around. Giesky's there in pursuit with a nice check. Royals still manage to clear the zone. Here's Larson and one-on-one with Willis. Turns him around a little bit. Nice shot, nice save by Winnings.
That was a nice move.
It was a nice move.
Better save, but nice move.
Nice save. For sure. Giesky steps in to take the face-off. Mangan wins the face-off. Giesky manages to get control and knock it out of the zone. Got Pals in return. Looking to push the puck upside, up to Mangan. Doesn't quite get there. Sumstead there. Looking to move the puck. Pushes it right back to Mangan. Giesky there. Nice save by Winnings, and another nice save by Winnings. Turnover there gave Hopkins an opportunity. Winnings there with big save.
Ill-advised pass over the front there.
Ill-advised. Tobin steps in to take the face-off. With Carson. Carson wins the face-off. Back to Pals. Carson with a shot on net. Nice save by Winnings. Thormesgard takes the puck upside of net. He's got Brink coming down on 2-on-1. He shoots just high and wide. Looks like Weir got a bit of it. As the puck comes back, Sumstead looks to exit the zone, does. It gets back to Tobin. Tobin looking to get a little bit of space by passing the puck as he works it around. Dumps it across the front to tip. Sumstead's there. Hawks can't quite clear the zone, but Tobin manages to pick it up with speed. Takes it into the zone. Brink there to help support on the near boards. Tobin with a shot toward the net. Nice save by Weir. With 1:54 to go in the first period. Sorensen steps into the face-off with Hansen. Hansen with the win. Royals looking to exit the zone, managed to clear the zone. Now create a 2-on-2. Shots just wide. Isaac Anderson deep into the corner for the Hawks. Managed to get it around over to Erickson. Erickson reverses course over to Greer. Greer reverses course back to Erickson. Hawks can't quite clear the zone. Greer just misses on connecting with Swanson. As the Royals set up back up into their zone. Isaac Anderson goes to knock it deep. Intercepted at far blue line by the Royals. Royals looking to connect, don't quite do so. It's dumped a little bit deeper into the zone. Greer's there. Going to play over to Erickson. Erickson over to Sorensen. They don't quite connect on the pass. Swanson back up to Sorensen. Nice play over to Erickson. Doesn't quite get the shot off. With 45 seconds to go in the period, Hopkins clears the zone to prevent the delayed offsides. Schwartz picks up the puck in neutral zone, tries to drive it a little bit deep, doesn't quite get it deep enough into the offensive zone. There's a play by Hallman, try to keep the puck from getting to the center. Sorensen steps in for the check, but it looks like he's going to take a penalty.
They're calling this one tight.
With 26 seconds to go, the Royals will take their third power play opportunity on a 2-minute minor penalty by Sorensen for tripping.
Yeah, at least they're consistent with it.
Yep. Mangan steps in to take the face-off against Tobin. Mangan with the win. As the Hawks try to exit the zone, they can't quite do so. Holman into the corner. Nice play out on the one-time pass, doesn't quite connect. Good setup play. Gormasgard there to the backhand to dump it all the way deep, forcing the Royals down. Tobin's there with some good forecheck pressure to eat some time off the clock as the end of the period, as it expires. At the end of the first period, the Royals hold a 3-2 lead on goals by Winkler, Mangan, and Larson, with Chaska goals being Thormasgard and Brink.
Does it look like we're going to resurface?
It does not look like they will resurface. We'll have a short break, folks, if they're not going to resurface. We'll be right back to action in the second period. I'm also curious about the 15 minutes. I didn't know they played 15-minute periods for JV.
It varies.
Okay.
We've done both.
I guess it just dawned on me that I thought they were equal. I thought it was 17 apiece.
We played some that are 17, some 15. Yeah.
There you go. All right, folks, as we step in and take face-off for the second period, the Royals hold a 3-2 lead. Good goaltending play by Winnings and Mayer. Tobin steps in with Mangan. Mangan wins face-off. Gormasgard picks it up, dumps it deep into the zone. As a reminder, the Hawks are on a 127 penalty kill. As the Royals bring the rush down, Mangan looks. Doesn't quite work his way through Hallman. Hallman with a nice defensive play. Allows the Hawks to go ahead and dump it in, but Thormasgard takes it in the zone. And Tobin doesn't have an opportunity to get the puck to get out of the zone, causing a face-off, causing an offsides. Looks like Larson and Tobin get to face off. Tobin with the win. Back to Willis. The Hawks manage to take control. Larson with a shot in, nice shot and goal. Larson picked up the puck deep in the offensive zone with a nice shot up and over the blocker's side on Nolan Winnings for the Hopkins Royals to get their second power play goal at 14:27 to go. It was a nice play by Larson, giving him his second goal of the game. That'll be the second power play goal out of 3. Face-off wins, chipped deep by the Hawks. Hawks managed to pick it up through the neutral zone, dump it deep. Bouncing puck gives Thormesgaard an opportunity to go ahead and shot. He had Weir moving, but he didn't quite get there. There's Young down for the offside, or pardon me, for the icing. As they bring the puck all the way down, that'll be Larson stepping into the, or pardon me, Carson stepping into the face-off with Tobin. Carson with the face-off win. The Royals try to clear the zone, don't quite make it. Pass back to Tobin, nice work over to Brink. Brink in front for Tobin, or Thormesgaard there. Nice shot by Meyer. Meyer, there's a goal by Tobin with a great rebound goal up and over Meyer's glove. Puck was loose in front. After a couple rebounds, Tobin there, go ahead and put the puck home.
We needed that one.
We needed it with 13:44 to go in the second period. Nice play by Tobin to keep persisting, get the shot on net, put it up and over Meyer's shoulder for a nice top shelf goal. Sorensen steps in for the face-off. It's won by the Royals. Shot on Winnings. Nice save by Winnings. As Snee brings the puck in the zone, puts a nice shot on net. Winnings with a nice save. Hinson steps into the face-off with Sorensen. Sorensen wins. Puck over to Isaac Anderson. Isaac Anderson tries to clear over to Cooper Swanson. Swanson with a great clearance pass over to Sorensen. Eriksson goes down but managed to stay onside. Sorensen with the puck in the corner, battling 2 Royals players. Eriksson steps in to give some support. The Royals look to break out. Good back check pressure by Swanson. Royals as they dump it deep. Here's Isaac Anderson, picks the puck up. Dumps it. Hawks manage to get a line change. Gieske out for center. As the Royals dump it deep into the zone, Isaac Anderson back. They're looking the Hawks are looking to capitalize on the Royals' change. Can't quite do so. Royals reverse the play as they dump it deep in. There's Mangan, takes it deep in, Greer there. Dump it into the corner, Mangan's there to pick it up. Nice shot out front, tipped in front. Doesn't quite get it on net, but a good play nonetheless. The Royals back up into their zone. Larson dumps it deep into the zone for an icing. Looks like the Royals have had a little bit more offensive pressure today than our visiting Chaska Hawks, but a good back and forth battle. Thormesgaard steps in to take the face-off. Nice face-off win, back to Schwartz. Schwartz tries to reverse it back to Willis. Can't quite keep it in the zone. Willis in retreat, goes back to Hallman. Hallman across, nice pass across the middle. Over to Highland, over to Thormesgaard, gets the shot on net. Gets his own rebound. Steers it wide. Hallman there for the shot, not cleared through the defenseman. Nice play there by Mangan to keep the puck in. Willis steps up with a nice pinch, forcing the Royals to backtrack. Mangan works the puck into the neutral zone. Doesn't quite get there, but he gets nice forecheck pressure behind the net. Tries to forward it out, doesn't quite make it. Looks like the net is off the post again for a stoppage in play with 11:32 to go in the second period. Tobin steps in for the face-off for the Hawks. Manages to win back to Hallman. Hallman over to Willis. Can't quite clear it around. The Royals take control. Back out to slot. Nice pick-off by Brink. As Brink goes around, Pals tries to dump it in the middle. Doesn't quite get there. This is Snee with a good defensive pressure to push it into the corner. Good play by Tobin to pick up the puck. Reverses course. Looking to get it out front. Over to Brink. Brink puts it on net. Nice save by Meyer. Oh, another shot by Meyer. Another save by Weir. Hallman dumps it deep into the zone. Referee's looking at the post. Looks like it's off net.
It's happening a lot here today.
These bigger goalies, when they move side to side, it happens. After the net being knocked off the post, be deep into the zone. We got Tobin with face-off win with Carson. Good forecheck pressure. Brink's going to take a 2-minute checking or a cross-check penalty. With 10:39 to go, this will give the Royals their 4th power play opportunity on the 2-minute cross-checking penalty by Tobin. With 10:39 to go in the second period.
We got to stay out of the box.
Definitely need to stay out of the box. Considering they're 2 for 3 on power plays, it's important to make sure they try not to take those penalties. Swanson steps in to take the face off. Mangan. Nice win by Swanson. Mangan tries to put the check on Young. Young managed to deflect the check. Great play by Swanson. Get the puck all the way down on net. Sorensen with some good forecheck pressure. As the Hawks set up in the neutral zone. Young tries to dump it deep, doesn't quite get on it. As they tip it wide, Larson tries to jump the defensive play, doesn't quite do it. Good obstructive play in the neutral zone for the Hawks. Young doesn't quite get Mangan around. Mangan loses control of the puck. Young manages to dump it out of the zone. With Carr in pursuit, turns it around. Here's Hoff. Hoff along the boards. Nice clear by the Royals as Mangan brings the puck up the side. Young there. Good defensive play, forcing the puck wide. Here's Larson as he looks across the middle. He's looking. Larson's looking for an open player to get a nice pass to. As they dump it across, it looks like again there's going to be another penalty on the Hawks. As the play comes out front, Swanson picks up the puck. Looks like there's going to be a slashing call.
Pleading his case to no avail.
Yep, with 9:16 to go, the Royals will have an additional Chaska Hawk player in the box. This will result in a 38-second 5-on-3 power play on the 2-minute slashing penalty by Owen Sumstead. They're really calling them tight here tonight, folks. Tobin stepping into the faceoff with Carson. The Royals control the puck as they try to dump it through. Good play to tip it wide. Good forecheck pressure by Tobin. Tobin's going to get the clear. Nice play. It's going to be a delayed offsides as they clear the zone. Isaac Anderson looks to clear the zone again. Tobin turns with the backhander, tries to clear it, doesn't quite do it. Here's Powell's to keep the puck in as he dumps it right toward the net. It's a chip play. And Anderson's there for the goal.
Did they clear the first one though? That's the question.
It will, yep, it looked as if the first power play had expired.
Oh, perfect.
So it looks like it'll go back to 5-on-5.
Well, there's some discussion here.
There's some discussion. The first one had expired as the Chaska Hawks coaches are trying to explain to the referee. So the question comes down to whether the second Chaska Hawks player is released from the box, depending on the timing of the goal.
Pretty close.
With 8:36 to go in the second period, the Royals take a 5-3 lead on the goal by Anderson.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Shouldn't be that hard. What was the time when he went in the box? What's the time at this point?
Yeah. I don't know what the discussion was.
They're saying the first penalty was.
They didn't know the first penalty was over, so they're not releasing for the second.
I know, but it was.
Looks like there's a good bit of discussion with the referees. The Hawks contend that the first power play was over.
Yeah, looks like they win the argument.
And it looks like the referees agree.
Right.
Sumstead will exit the box. Still results in another power play goal by the Royals. That'll be their third tonight. Mangan steps into the face-off with Tobin. Thormersgaard picks up, back to Isaac Anderson. Anderson dumps it up along the boards, doesn't quite get there. Thormersgaard tries to dump it deep. Manages to do so. Powell's in return.
Number 38, Pierce Anderson.
Anderson keeps it in the zone. Tobin picks it up in the slot with a nifty move. The Hawks manage to keep it in. There's Thormersgaard, collects the puck. He's looking for some support. There's Anderson in the slot, managed to chip it in. Good pickup play by Brink. Brink with a shot on net. Nice save by Weir. The Royals managed to just clear the zone as they dump it back to Isaac Anderson. He controls it over to Brink. Brink brings the shot in. Nice save by Pals, or nice deflection by Pals. There's Mangan as he moves across the middle. Nice play by Isaac Anderson to chip the puck loose. Brink takes the puck deep, absorbs a check. Greer steps up, looking for the check, doesn't quite execute. Here's Larson. Larson looking. He's got a player, Mangan, moving through the slot, doesn't quite connect. Brink with a move, tries to clear the zone, doesn't quite get it. Nice play by Isaac Anderson. Doesn't quite clear the zone. Larson into Mangan, doesn't quite get there. Winnings is there for the save. Takes a little bit of chip for his effort. That's going to be a slashing call on the Royals with 7:16 to go in the period. This will be the third penalty by the Royals. This will be Mangan for the slashing penalty with 7:16 to go. As their first penalty was negated by a coincidental minor, this will be the second opportunity for the Hawks to set up for a power play opportunity. Tobin steps into the faceoff with Carson. Carson with a nice win. Sorensen picks up the puck over to Tobin. Tobin moves it around the corner. Nice play over to Sorensen as they look to set up behind the net. Chips it out, doesn't quite get there. The Royals pick it up. Now they've got a 2-on-1 opportunity, and they're offsides. Anderson was just sneaking in on the left side, got in just a little bit early. for the stoppage in play. Tobin steps into the face-off with Carson. Nice pickup win by Sorensen as they try to dump it deep. Nice defensive play there, just chip the puck loose. As Carson tries to dump it deep, picks up his own shot. Puck's behind the net. Up to Sorensen. Sorensen over to Tobin. Tobin turns. Tries to collect so he can enter the zone with speed. As they look to set up, dump it deep, doesn't quite connect with Brink. There's Winkler there to exit the zone. Thormesgaard doesn't quite get it across the neutral zone. Sorensen picks it up with Brink. Brink looking to go wide. Good defensive play. Nice play out to Anderson. Anderson with a shot on net, just wide. Don't know if that was deflected by the defender, but it's sure a nice play. Hawks look back to get back in the zone. Anderson dumps it up. Nice tip into the zone. Nice deep. Allows the Hawks to get a couple fresh legs. Good play there by Anderson to keep the puck in. As he's on the near board, there's Swanson in front. Doesn't quite get it. Tobin with a shot. High and wide. Good pressure by the Hawks in this series. Thormesgaard keeps it over. There's 15 seconds to go in the power play. Over to Eriksson. Eriksson in front. Doesn't quite connect. Royals with a nice clear. There's a good play by Thormesgaard. Brings it up the boards. Nice play to Gieske. Gieske brings it into the zone. Uses his big body. Nobody in front to quite get it, but a nice play nonetheless. As Gieske moves around the slot. He's moving. Nice play there. Nice save by Weir. Jake Hyland was there, but Weir didn't give up the rebound, so nice cover. With 5:01 to go in the second period. It's the end of the Hawks power play. Gieske steps into the faceoff with Mangan. Mangan with the win. Back to Pals. Pals takes it behind the net. Works his way around. He's got a 2-on-2 with Willis and pushes Willis. Nice defensive play. Willis pushes him wide. Pals brings it up right on the side, gets his own chip, puts it past Winnings to go up 6-3 with 4:45 to go in the second period. Nice play from Pals to bring it up from the defensive pressure to ultimately score that goal. It was a nice play. Put it on the glove side of Winnings to take a 6-3 lead over the Hawks. Mangan steps into Gieske, wins the face-off, chips it deep, right past, and he scores. Right off the face-off, Mangan wins the face-off, chipped it past the defenseman, got past the defenseman, put it past Winnings to go up 7-3. Great play by Mangan in that play.
Go Hawks! Come on, boys!
Mangan leading the scoring for the Royals with 2 goals and assists so far. As the Royals take it, they win the face-off back in their zone. The Royals try to clear their zone, dumps it up along the boards. The Royals chip it deep. Reverses play by Eriksson. Sumstead picks it up behind the net. Tries to dump it out. Doesn't quite connect with Swanson. Kept in, but Sorensen clears the zone. Puck dumped back in the zone. Sumstead takes it. Shot on net. Sumstead there. Saved by Winnings. Sumstead there. Exit the zone. Here's Eriksson. Chips the puck loose. Manages to knock it loose. Good follow-up play. Sorensen dumps it across the middle. The Royals pick up the play on the far side. Got Larson, good physical play, tries to chip it through Young. Young managed to intercept. Good defensive play by Young, take the pressure off. The Swanson wraps it around Eriksson's there. Putting some good forecheck pressure on, gives him an opportunity. He's got no help. Takes a hard check from behind. That's definitely going to be a penalty with 3:21 to go. It's going to be a 2-minute two-minute cross-checking penalty. Erickson took quite a hit from behind. Looks like he's up, heading back to the bench. Counting how many days it is till Christmas. Tobin steps in to take the face off. Carson there. Looks like there's some kind of equipment issue with Winnings.
Oh, they're switching out goalies. Nope. Looked like Grant was getting ready for a minute there.
And some discussion with the coaches, not sure what they were talking about.
They wanted a boarding penalty there, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that was the call. Well, that's what the Chaska coaches wanted. Results in a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. This will give the Hawks their 4th opportunity for a power play. So far, the Hawks are 0 for 4. Anderson picks it up, point, dumps it deep in. Sorensen tries to center the pass, doesn't quite make it, regains control. Back to Brink behind the net, over to Tobin. Wow, this is some significant close play calling. Chaska now picks up a 2-minute slashing penalty by number 44. You can add 2 more minutes to it for unsportsmanlike conduct. It'll be a 4-minute penalty on Sorensen with 2:58 to go in the second period. So far, the penalties have really haunted the Hawks, giving up 3 goals on 5 attempts. The referees are getting frustrated with the level of chatter out there tonight, and they're starting to call things very close. They're not going to tolerate it tonight. Here's Carson, steps in for the face-off. With 1:38 to go in the Royals penalty, they give the Sorensen only a 2-minute. So it looks like it's 4 on 4. The Hawks maintain control behind their offensive net. Nice shot by Tobin, saved by Weir. With 2:35 to go, the Royals have 1:15 to go in their penalty kill, and the Hawks 1:38 for a 23-second differential. Face-off win by Carson, but Tobin manages to gain control in the corner. Looks to get the puck on net. Thormasgaard almost manages to get that push in front. Greer stops the puck from going out of the zone. Royals pick up the play as they bring it down to the zone. Isaac Anderson with a good defensive play. The Royals manage to try to dump it deep, don't get it there. Anderson's there for the keep. Tobin brings it across on the outside, puts a shot on Weir, nice save. As the Royals try to chip it out across the middle, they break out of the zone fairly easy, dump it deep. It's going to be an icing call. He was not quite yet at the red line when it happened. So with 1:49 to go, both the Royals and the Hawks are on the both are on the penalty kill, resulting in a 4-on-4. Gieske steps into the face-off with Mangan. Swanson steps in with Swanson. Swanson wins the face-off, controlled by Sumstead. Sumstead dumps it up to Gieske. Gieske looks to bring it in the zone. As he dumps it back to Sumstead. Sumstead looking to get a shot on net, looking for a rebound. Shoots it high and wide. As Hallman manages to keep the puck in the zone. Good play. The Royals try to dump it out. They manage to clear the zone, but they don't gain control. Dumped back into the Royals' defensive zone. Now, with the exited penalty, Sumstead Larson managed to get back. Gieske smartly dumps the puck all the way down. There's 7 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Hawks. As Sumstead steps in behind the net, providing some forecheck pressure, giving the Hawks opportunity to get some fresh legs out there. As Tobin steps in, he's got Schwartz through the middle. Schwartz can't quite capitalize, but Holman managed to keep it, dumps it over to the corner. Tobin's there, dodges a couple checks. Here's Brink, steps up, brings it around, can't quite connect. There's Weir. Weir grabs the rebound for a stoppage in play. A little bit of extra pushing by Mangan.
Going.
Yep, looks like Mangan picked up a nice penalty for his effort. Guess he didn't like what he was getting on his Christmas list this year. 38 seconds to go. Mangan takes a 2-minute roughing penalty, I believe.
Yeah, roughing.
This will give the Hawks their 4th power play opportunity. Tobin steps in. Face-off win by Larson. The Royals managed to clear the play. Winnings there. Dumps it around for Anderson. Great forecheck pressure by Larson. There's Young, picks up the puck, looking to clear the zone. Anderson steps up. Isaac Anderson behind the net, over to Jack Schwartz. Schwartz doesn't quite clear the zone. Shot on net. Winnings there for the save at the end of the period.
At the end of the second period, our score, Hopkins 7, Chaska 3.
The Royals really capitalized on their power play efforts that period, scoring 3 power play goals and 4 total, running the score to 7-3 over the Hawks. When we resume the third period, Mangan will still be in the net, will still be in the penalty box for 1:22 to go for a roughing penalty, giving the Hawks a power play for 1:22. Sure. Welcome back, folks, to the beginning of the third period. Tail of the tape is first period ending score 3-2. The Royals had the lead. They really opened up the scoring in the second period with 4 goals, 3 being power play goals, on 5 penalties by the Chaska Hawks. As we open up the third period, the Hawks will be on the power play as Mangan steps in with 1:22 to go in his penalty. The Hawks looking to show a little bit more discipline this period. We do have a goalie change for the Hawks. In goal now we have Nathan Brandt replacing Nolan Winnings after that second period. We also have a player substitution. Jackson Giel will be stepping in to play defensively. We have Hayden Anderson stepping in on the Tobin-Thormasgaard line. The Thormasgaard steps in with Larson. The win by Larson takes it back deep in the zone. Pals is there to pick up the puck. Pals wraps it around the boards. Thormasgaard picks it up. Good defensive pressure. Thormasgaard manages to keep the puck in the corner as he goes around, trying to get the puck over to Nelson. Nelson picks up the play behind. Takes a good check. Tobin there. Gets a shot on net. Weir with a nice save. High off the shoulder. Hawks managed to maintain control during this power play with 50 seconds left to go. Giel in to Nelson. Back to Giel. Good forecheck pressure by the Royals. Can't quite clear the zone. Nelson's there, picks up the puck with a nice move, takes it deep into the corner. As he's looking, nice shot, right off the side of the net. Giel picks it up. Doesn't quite get it down on a clean pass to Tobin as it's deflected by Pals. Pals picks up the puck, tries to clear the zone, doesn't quite do it. Isaac Anderson manages to pinch and keep it in. With 15 seconds to go on the Royals' penalty kill, they can't quite clear the zone. Giel steps in. Nelson brings it in. Anderson there to pick up the puck. Giel gets an opportunity from the point, shoots it. Nice save by Weir. Good power play effort by the Hawks. Get a couple shots on net. Weir was up for the task with many saves. There's 1 second remaining on the Mangan penalty. As Tobin steps in with Carson. Tobin wins the faceoff. Giel dumps it deep into the corner. Thormasgaard looks for Nelson in front. Nice shot. Weir with the save off the blocker. Royals try to clear the zone. Managed to get it past it. Anderson. Back to Giel. Giel over to Tobin. Tobin dumps the puck deep into the zone. Anderson there on the far side to pinch. Good play. Oh, Carson can't quite exit the zone. Tobin picks off the play. Chaska continues with good forecheck pressure. Tobin tries to weave through the middle, doesn't quite do it. Still manages to steal the puck. Gets a shot on net, nice save by Weir. Again, another good offensive series by Tobin and team as the Hawks finally put a few pucks on net.
Back on the ice after that hit.
Yep. Swanson steps in to take the face-off. Wins the face-off with Hansen. Brink there. Can't quite get the shot off. The Royals manage to clear the zone. Great back check pressure. Good hit by Brink. Greer picks the puck up behind the zone. Clears the zone. Swanson there to pick it up. He's got Brink coming across the middle. Shot. Swanson puts it on net. Weir there for the save. Good defensive pressure, forcing the puck into the corner. Looks like the net's off its post. There'll be a stoppage of play with 12:28 to go in the third period. The Royals with a 7-3 lead. Swanson steps in for the face-off. Mangan, nice face-off win. Hawks managed to take control in their offensive zone. Here's Erickson moving the puck behind. The Royals managed to take control, clear the zone. Got 4 Hawks in pursuit, back checking. Larson with a shot from the net. Brandt with a nice save. Tipped wide, Sumstead there to pick up the puck. Clears the zone. Larson takes a shot for his effort. Sumstead picks the puck up in front, can't quite clear it. There's Mangan in front, leaves Larson wide open for a shot. Great save by Brandt. Larson takes another sandwich hit. Looks like they're tied up. Larson won't let Brinks go. Referees aren't stopping play. Referee continued to look at it instead of stopping play.
So we switched our goalies, right?
We did, yep. Carson steps into face-off with Gieske. Carson wins the face-off. Pals looks to move the puck forward. Chips the puck into the zone, gets it deep. Isaac Anderson's there. Pick it up behind the net. As they clear the zone, Gieske with speed. As they look to go down, Gieske looks. Passes it out front. Can't quite connect. He had Schwartz in front. Isaac Anderson managed to keep the puck in the zone. He's got Giel behind as he chips it in front of the net. Anderson looking. Tries to pass it in. Giel. Nice save by Weir. Gieske takes a couple pushes from Royals defenders. Schwartz ends up on his back. Looks like the referees are having a conversation. Re-educating to the basic principle: when somebody blows the whistle, you stop play. Tobin steps into the face-off. Hansen wins the face-off into the corner. Royals managed to collect behind the net. Tobin looking, as he backs to Nelson. Nelson maintains control, but the Royals pick it up. Looks like there's going to be coincidental penalties. Looks like this will be a penalty on Hansen for the Royals, and it looked like it'll be 23 Nelson. Seems as if they disagree. This will be the sixth penalty by the Chaska Hawks. And this will be the 6th by the Royals. This will be coincidental minors. Both penalties for roughing after the play. This will result in 5-on-5 play. As puck's controlled by the Hawks behind the net. Good play by Tobin to reverse course. Looking to pass out front. Nice shot by Thormasgaard. Great save by Weir. As Tobin pushes it back to Thormasgaard. Thormasgaard back to Tobin. As they dump it out front. Nice save by blocker save by Thormasgaard. Pardon me, by Weir. As Anderson keeps the puck deep in the zone. Good play by Thormasgaard. Anderson managed to keep it in. Dumps it towards the net. Goes wide. Tobin picks up the puck behind the net. Trying to get deep behind the play. Oh, Brink is out front and lone. Weir. Very quick whistle by the referee. Puck was not yet covered when the referee blew the whistle. And it looks like yet again another penalty is called. This one will be on August Winkler, giving the Hawks another power play opportunity. Looked like it was a roughing penalty. Well, nope.
We got 2 in the box.
They got 2 in the box. Looks like it's coincidental Miners with 9:34 to go.
They got 4 on it.
Shots put on net. Nice play out front. Doesn't quite connect. Anderson keeps it deep. There's Tobin behind the net. Looking. Good play by Tobin to work it wide. Doesn't quite get there. There's Sormesgaard there for the shot. Looking for the rebound. Nice save by Weir. Shot by Tobin. Deflected all the way out of the zone. Heel for the back pickup. Over to Thormesgaard. Over to Brink. Brink cuts towards the middle. Shoots it just wide. Tobin there to pick up the puck on the far side as he tries to work into the corner. Anderson dumps it deep. There's Thormesgaard to keep the puck deep. As he moves across the middle, doesn't quite connect. Tobin's there. Nice save by Weir. With 8:46 to go, and the Royals ahead 7-3. The Royals still have a 113 penalty kill. Tobin steps in to take the face off, dumps it back. Young controls the puck in the net, looking pass back to Tobin. Tobin takes behind the net, cuts to the front, and dumps it in. Very close, looked like Weir just managed to get the save as the puck's in the middle in the crease. Puck was loose, great play by Tobin to cut to the net, put a shot up. Weir managed to get just enough shoulder on it. Tobin steps in, take the face off. Face off won by the Royals, but Nelson picks up the puck behind the net. The Royals manage, Pals picks up the puck and dumps it deep. Hallman back in retreat, picks up the puck behind the net. Dumps it over to Young. Young looking to pass across, doesn't quite make the pass. Puck's on the far boards. Hawks manage to clear the zone. Pals in retreat. He's got Thormesgaard forechecking. Good forecheck pressure results in turnover. Thormesgaard controls the puck. Takes it back behind the net to Tobin, dumps it in front. There's Nelson there. Doesn't look like it's goal. Nice save by Weir. And again, the net's off the post. With 7:52 to go in the third period. The Hawks are finally starting to put the puck on net. Tobin steps in to face off with Mangan. Back to Young. Dumps it back to Tobin. Hawks manage to maintain control. Nelson behind the net. Out to Hallman. Hallman looks. Dumps it over to Tobin. Tobin with the far side takes a shot. Shoots it right off the crossbar, but doesn't quite go in. Nice shot by Tobin. Doesn't manage to clear. Doesn't go in. Young pinched. Didn't quite get it. The Royals clear the zone. Hallman dumps it forward. Doesn't quite get there. Mangan dumps it back deep into the zone. The Hawks are there to pick it up behind the net. Looks like Tobin there. Nice reverse. Good play by Larson to steal the puck. Try to put the shot on net. Goes wide. Hawks pinch. Hallman steps up, doesn't quite clear the zone. Good play by Tobin, shields the puck, gets turned around. Mangan forces Tobin deep behind the net. Over to Young. Young looking to work. As he speeds down, he dumps it deep, takes a check, loses his feet. He gets up. Looks like he got hurt on that one. Gieske with the puck, clears the zone. Pass across the net, doesn't quite connect. Giel backs up as he dumps it forward. The Royals manage to clear the zone. Giel chips it forward. Mangan picks up the puck. He's got Highland. Good defensive play by Isaac Anderson to pick up the puck. Doesn't allow him to get to the front. Hawks are having a hard time clearing their zone. Too good forecheck pressure by the Royals. Managed to chip it out. Pals keeps it in the zone. Picked off by Gieske. Gieske on the move. As he looks to pass it down, nobody there for support. The Royals pick it up. Pals takes a bump by Brink. Manages to maintain control as they move it across. Here's Swanson. Swanson turns, looking for some support. Good play on the boards, gets a nice shot. Goes short side, just wide. Greer steps up, keep it in the zone. Manages to do so. Dumps it back deep. We got Snee in pursuit. Can't quite get it out. There's Wacker. Good turn by Tobin. Pardon me, Brink. Doesn't quite get the shot off. As he dumps it down, there's Greer in pursuit. Should be icing. With 4:42 to go in the game, Royals with a 7-3 lead. Swanson in for face-off. Face-off win controlled by Giel. Giel shoots back just wide of the net. Pinched by Willis. The Royals manage to clear the zone. Great back check pressure by Swanson as he dumps it across. Manages to clear the zone. Erickson dumps it deep into the corner. Willis keeps the zone. Royals pick it up, manage to clear it. It's dumped. Try to dump back in. Hawks don't quite do it. Giel takes a check for his effort. Tobin turns around. Tobin turns around. The defending player, Royals player, cuts through the middle. Nice play, shot, nice save by Weir with a nice save. Physical play with 3:41 to go. The Royals in a 7-3 lead in the third period.
I missed what they were yelling about that.
Tobin steps in to take face-off against Mangan. Win by Tobin. Back out to Anderson, to Giel. Giel looks, dumps it towards the net, goes wide. Nelson there to pick it up. Looking to turn, back out to Anderson. Play jumps his stick, goes all the way down. Brandt's there to pick up the puck behind the net. Moves the puck up around, over to Nelson. Nelson cuts across the middle, nice play. Thormesgaard there. Doesn't quite get through the good defensive play by Snee. Mangan cuts across the middle, looking to get a shot off, doesn't quite do it. Play over to Nelson, up to Thormesgaard, dumps it up to Nelson, just a little bit out of reach. As Pals is in return, Nelson gets there first. Looks like Pals loses the glove, puck's dumped out front. There's Thormesgaard with a shot, just wide. Giel keeps the puck on net, tipped in. Nice rebound opportunity for Nelson, doesn't quite capitalize. Weir with the save. As the Royals just dump it down. Anderson back to pick up the puck. 2:40 to go in the game. Anderson picks up the puck behind the net. It's over to Thormesgaard. Nice pass across the middle. Nelson can't quite collect it. Royals dump it deep in. Mangan tries to dump it out front. Good defensive play by Anderson to keep it from doing so. Tobin, good stick work into the corner. Mangan takes the puck, takes it, exits the zone. The Royals looking to move the puck across through the neutral zone. It results in a 4-on-2 as they move the puck through. Mangan with a nice play. Two good saves by Brandt. Mangan's effort managed to knock the post off, resulting in a stoppage of play with 1:56 to go in the game. Giel steps up with Carson. Carson wins the face-off. Royals managed to maintain control behind the net. There's Carson, dumps it out front. Just goes wide. Norton tries to pass it across the defender. He's not there. The Royals pick up the puck behind the net. They now into the speed with a 3-on-2. Puck goes on net. Brandt there for the save. Gieske steps into the faceoff with Carson. Hawks win control. Pushed by Schwartz. Gieske manages to clear the zone. Royals dump it down in, just on net. Brandt pushes it aside. Sumstead picks up the puck behind the net, goes out to Gieske. Gieske inadvertently stops it as he's getting off the bench. Swanson there to replace him. Holman picks up the puck behind the net, over to Sumstead. Sumstead chips it into the Royals zone with 55 seconds to go. Royals can't clear the zone. Sumstead in, big body check. Winkler, puck down, shoots it just wide. Looks like this is going to be a Chaska penalty. Looks like with 38 seconds to go in the game, Owen Sumstead's going to pick up a 2-minute elbowing penalty.
That is third of the game. At least
Maybe a second. Hansen steps into the faceoff with Tobin. Young, being held, manages to kick the puck free of the zone. Great forecheck pressure by Tobin. Almost breaks free for an opportunity. Nice short-handed play by Tobin to take time off the clock. As the Royals dump it down, this should be icing with 18 seconds to go. Tobin will step into the face-off with Mangan. Face-off win by the Royals as they take a deep 14 seconds to go in the game. Mangan looking to clear the zone to Stalling as they've got the 7-3 lead. Mangan just steps behind the net to take time off the clock. 1 second. That'll be the game, folks. Final score, Royals 7, Hawks 3. Great offensive output in the second period gave the Royals a 4-goal production, giving them the clear lead. Aaron Pals with the goal, Martin Larson with 2 goals, Jack Mangan with 2 goals and an assist, Rex Norton with an assist, August Winkler with a goal, and Piers Anderson with a goal. To result in scoring for the Royals. For the Hawks, we had Brecken Brink, we had Thormasgaard, and we had Tobin, each for the goals.
Our final score.